Hello again, it's Glenn Walford here from franchisebuyer.com.au, and I'm joined today by Wade Morse of Base Zero. Wade, thanks again for joining us.
Thank you, Glenn. Yeah,
mate.
Great to be here.
Yes, thank you. Now, mate, you've got an interesting story. We've started to do a little bit of work together to help tell everyone about your business, which is a mobile rock climbing platform, Base Zero. Now, you've got an interesting story about how you've got into this, and I wanted you to just talk briefly about that. So how did you get into all this, mate?
It initially started in the Army when I was in the Army for about 5 years, and through that we did outdoor leadership training, and part of that element was rock climbing. So that's how I eventually got into the sport, and that was when I was at the tender age of 18. So there until I was about 20, 21, 22, got out of that, and so I loved it as a recreational sport.
Okay, so from there you progressed into business. So how did you find yourself into business like you are now, out of the Army?
Yeah, good point. Leaving the Army was quite a transition back into
I know it well, don't worry. 9 years of Army, I know it well.
Oh, good, yeah. So the transition, and I saw an element there in business, and my wife was currently working in the hospitality industry with Muffin Break, actually. And she had a great boss that encouraged us to get into business, and so we had a bit of capital there saved up. So we took the step into business and was able to buy a franchise up in Cairns. Okay,
so you're a Muffin Break franchisee initially? Yep.
Spot on, Muffin Break franchisee, and we did that for about 3 years. And from that we just were able to develop and learn the development of a business and how to grow it and how to stabilise it and how to support it, and just the aspects of it was really, it's like a university pretty much to be able to get into it.
I agree totally. I mean, franchising is like a business university, and you learn all you need to learn, you grow a great business, and everyone moves on.
Yeah,
everyone moves on, that's okay.
Yep, spot on.
Yeah. So now you've got your own business, and when did you kick off into franchising for Base Zero? It's only very recently you've started to do that.
Yeah, exactly. So we've had Base Zero now for 8 years, so to develop it into franchising, we saw it as an avenue for us. Lately we've been growing the company into regions throughout Sydney and Brisbane. We want to be able to grow into the rest of Australia. We believe that every Australian child should take on the sport of rock climbing, and we want to be there to be able to support them in that early aspect of it. So to expand to that area and get every Australian out there climbing, we want to be able to bring it into franchising, because that's going to be owner-operators running their own climbing wall out in those areas, and that's how a successful business is run.
And what type of person is ideal, do you think, as a Base Zero operator?
They need to have a real purpose behind them to want to develop kids and just enjoy the atmosphere of working with children. It's not only children as our clients, but we also have the element of adults, and just to have that inner development of boosting their confidence with activities that are just going to be able to support them to grow internally. That's what we really need them to be able to have on as their part of their personality.
Excellent. All right. Wade Morse from Base Zero, thanks very much for joining us again, mate.
Great.
Appreciate it. I look forward to you climbing into the future, and that was pretty corny, sorry about that, mate.
That was good.
Anyway, all right, that's Glenn again from franchisebuyer.com.au. Join you again soon. See ya.